Finished. How are you? Maria, even if you want lampican, you want cash for GB. Eh, cost for fill a banta. Could you fill in a cash for Sana?
What over so good? What's the wrong Mamma Mandiba? Hello, Mamma. Abidjan drunk, what
We're coming back from a lunch break. Is the witness ready, counsel?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we are ready to proceed.
Yeah, let's go ahead and then start our proceedings, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Madam Witness, and welcome back.
Thank
you.
Earlier on in the session, we talked about the presidential treatment that you were admitted in. We talked about the way and the manner in which the treatment was administered on you and other victims. We also talked about your admission at the Serekunda General Hospital and further certain treatments and cure treatments that were done in Kanilai.
wax nañ tamit jamono yi nga xamne ñu ngi la tuddal ci l'hôpital Serekunda ak yeneen faj yi nga xamne ñu ko doon def ci Kanilai.
We also went through certain videos where the said president claimed that he could cure HIV and AIDS.
Seetaan nañ fi ay vidéo yoo xam ne président bi mu ngi fa doon wone ne moom mun naa faj feebar HIV ak AIDS.
At this point, I would like us to continue.
Léegi nag dama bëgg ñu eggali.
And I would like you to tell the commission about the conditions that you faced during the said cure/stroke treatment.
Dama bëgg nga wax commission bi nag ci anam yi nga xam ne noonu nga nekkee woon jamono ji nga xam ne yaa ngi doon jël faj googu noonu.
Jërëjëf.
Thank you.
Anam yi ndekee woon si fajekaay bi woon.
The conditions we lived under at the treatment
nekkoon na anam yoo xam ne dafa doy waar torop.
were despicable conditions.
Demoon nañ bi nga xam ne bari woon nañ foofu noonu.
Because it got to a point where we were many there.
Amoon na ñoo xam ne amaat nañ beneen feebar bu utee woon ak HIV.
There are some that contracted other sicknesses which were different from HIV.
Am na ñoo xam ne amoon nañ fa TB.
Some got TB.
Te niñ fa dëkkee woon tamit dafa metti woon torop.
And our living conditions there were also very difficult.
Whilst you were admitted, were there any rights that were any of your rights violated apart from being kept unwillingly in the said hospital?
Jamono ji nga xam ne yéen a ngi doon jël faju boobu noonu lu uutee nag ak li nga xam ne jël nañ leen rek teg leen ci benn place ndax amut yeneen yàqa yoo xam ne yàqa nañ ko yéen seen ak seen yelleef yéen mi fa doon faju.
Dégg la suñ ak suñ yelleef moom boobu moom dañ jëloon seen tànka sa déggaat ko si.
Our rights,
ñu notoon torop.
it's like they stepped on them and we were suppressed a lot.
Dik jamono buñ fa nekkee woon.
Because the time that we were there,
maa ngi doon fàttaleku amoon na benn élection boo xam ne xewoon na.
I can recall there was one election that took place.
Élection boobu ñun saani wuñ woon karta.
We did not vote in that election.
Te man gis naa ne loolu suñ right la pour ñu dem saani karta di doomi réew lañ.
And I think that was our right as citizens of the country to take part in the elections.
Te amaan na tamit biñ fa dëkkee.
And also, while we were staying there,
ñu doon dem def activities yu bari yoo xam ne loolu yóbbu wuñu fa woon.
we were engaged in other activities that were not our reason for being there.
Can you tell this commission about some of those activities?
Dena amna si activities in def dañu daan togaloo.
One of the activities we did was that they made us cook.
Ñu dañ ñu yóbbu woon pour faj ñu.
And they took us for treatment.
Léegi ñu tegal ñu condition boo xam ne suñ demaan State House.
And they put conditions on us that when we go to State House,
dañ daan aye.
we will take part in the cooking.
Ñaari jigéen lañ dee jël ñu yóbbu leen si waañ bi ñuy join cook yi fa nekkoon.
They will pick 2 women who would go and join the cooks at the kitchen and do the cooking.
Di nga raxas bool.
You will wash bowls.
Di nga waas jën.
You will scale fish.
Di nga socce sugeer yu mag yi.
You'll also clean the cooking pots.
Amaan na jamono boo xam ne su ñoo ñibbi nii. Suñ naanee garab si guddi su ñoo ñib si.
There was a time after we took the concoction in the night and we are going home.
Dinañ ebal ñaari saako mbite ñetti saako maalo.
They will give us 2 or 3 bags of rice.
Ne suñ demee si guddi ñu taana ko because suñ dellu see si éleksi dañ ñu ñoo koo dem lekki.
That when we go back we should pick out the impurities from the rice, because when we go back the following day we are the ones that will eat that rice.
Nga war a xalaat ne yow yaa ngi naan garab.
You think about the fact that you are taking medication.
Yaa ngi laxal boobu noonu.
You are in that situation.
Ñu war laa jox maalo ñu ne la nga dem taana.
And then they'll give you rice and ask you to pick the impurities out of it.
Because yow yaa ko war a lekka si éleksi.
Because you are the one to eat that food the following day.
Dem nañ si tool yi.
We went to the farms.
Dem nañ si faro bi.
We went to the rice fields.
Fori nañ kasu.
We picked cashews.
Amna jamono bo xamne indi won nañ ay dugub pour jigéen yi di soha.
There was a time they brought us coos to prepare. All of that
Defon nañ ko fofu non.
we did while we were there.
Mr. Interpreter, I think there was a part where she said lahal bobu which is in a drunken state.
Yes. Excuse me.
Thank you. So you're telling this commission that you were actually forced to work even though you were to be on some sort of treatment?
Legi da nga wax commission bi ne yeen dañ la fa yobbu di len forcer di len liggéeylo te fekk da ngeen demoon pour faju.
Wow.
Yes.
And that you were forced to work on the farms in Kaninlai?
Te dañ len forcer won tam pour ngeen liggéey ci tool yi nekk Kaninlai.
Waaw suñ demee Kanilai dañ ñu dee wone ñu dem si tool yi o si faro wi.
Yes, each time we went to Kanilai, they will ask us to go to the farms or the rice fields.
Can you tell this commission how this made you feel?
Di nga mëna wax commission bi nak loon yëg ci jamono bobu noko gisee won.
Metti woon na torop si man.
It was difficult for me.
Man xawma dem faro.
I am not used to going to the rice
So nga
fields.
wara dem ñu jox la garab nga naan si ëlëk si nga xëy ñu ne la demal si faro bi.
So you will go and you will be given this medicine to drink. The following morning, you will be asked to go to the rice fields.
Dafa metti woon
It
torop.
was difficult, very difficult.
Thank you, Madam Witness. As per your statement as well, you've also mentioned that you spent a particular Ramadan at the treatment center. Is that correct?
Ci kàddu yi nga xam ne moom nga binday tamit wone nga fi ne amoon na jamono boo xam ne sax weeru koor bi mu di Ramadan mu ngi leen fekk foofu ca faju ba.
Waaw biñ commencé faj bi bem demee si kanam weeri koor fekk nañu fa.
Yes, when we started the treatment, after some time, the month of Ramadan came.
Weeri koor boobu noonu.
During that fasting period,
Mu ne bu kenn oor.
they said that no one should fast
Because dañoo kenn du oor.
because we'll be drinking the medicine, and so no one should fast.
Na Tobaski fa lañu fekk ak Tamxarit suma fàttewut.
Tabaski
Loolu yëpp
and
def nañ ko fa.
Tamharit, if I have not forgotten, all found us there.
Madam Witness, can you tell this commission who ordered you not to fast?
Seede bi di nga mën a wax commission bi kan moo leen waxoon ne bu leen oor.
Yaaya Jammeh moo waxoon ne buñ oor.
Yaya Jammeh said that we should not fast.
Did he at any point give you an option to say you could fast and take the medicine later during break, iftar?
am na benn jamono boo xam ne sa xëj na tëddalal na leen ne kum neex mun ngaa oor waaye nga mun a jël garab gi jamono jot boo xam ne dog nga sa oor bi.
Déedéet because mu ne garabam bi si suba nga koo jël ak si ngoon soo doo oor.
No, because he said his medicine is to be taken in the morning and in the evenings.
Madam Witness, you have told this commission that
wax nga commission bi ne
the treatment included a massage that was with some concoction that was like a paste, green in color.
wax nga fi ne ci faj bi bokk na ci di ay dampa yoo xam ne dañ leen ko doon jox di jëfoo ay garab yoo xam ne dafa xaw a werta.
And that there was also a brown liquid that you were made to drink.
ak it am na beneen façon garab ndox boo xam ne joxoon nañ leen ko mu mel ni lu xaw a chocolat.
Apart from these two, were there any other concoctions you were given either to drink or to put on your body?
gannaaw yooyu nag ndax am na yeneen garab yoo xam ne jox nañ la ko pour nga naan wala riiboo ko.
waaw garab yi ndee riiboo mooy bim dee commencé di riiboo waaye garab yi ñu daan naan dafa bari façon.
The medicine that we used to massage ourselves is the one that we used, that we started with. But for the other ones that we drank, there were many types.
am na garab boo xam ne moom si boppam jinne la ko tuddee.
There's one medicine which he himself named as Jine.
am na boo xam ne caakri la ko tuddee.
There is the other one he named Chakre.
am na beneen boo xam ne boobu moo lem la dee boole si kaasi ataaya lañ la ko dee joxe waaye ak nun tuuti tuuti soo ko naanee rek nga taagoo ak sa sago.
There is another type which he used to mix up with honey, and they used to give you on the small green tea cups, and no matter how little it is, once you drink it, you lose control of yourself.
dem na be jamono am na jamono boo xam ne tamit jox nañu garab.
There was a time when he gave us medicine.
ne dafa ñaaw njorta si ñoo xam ne ñu ngi si treatment bi.
That he was having the 2 minds on those people on the treatment.
ne dafa am ay duma yu fa nekka.
That there were some witches or wizards amongst them.
be mu am bés boo xam ne dafa taxaw mu ne dama leen indi fii pour ngeen ñëw faju.
And there was a day he stood up and said, I brought you here for treatment.
waaye indiwuma leen fii pour ngeen ñëw lekka nit.
But I did not bring you here so that you could eat up someone.
boobu noonu State House la commencé.
That started at the State House.
mu saxaaral foofu noonu yëpp.
He smoked.
ay furno ñu taal ko këriñ ba pare ñu saxaaral foofu noonu yëpp.
He smoked the whole place. He brought a stove and he smoked the whole place.
ñu jógee foofu mu am jamono buñ dem Kanilaay.
We left there and there was a time we went to Kanilai.
boobu dem nañ ba naan garab sax ba ñu ñëpp ñu ñibbi.
That one,
fanaan.
we drank the concoction and we went back to where we used to spend the night.
ñu oote waat.
They called again.
in charge bi ñëw mu ne docteur Mbow mu ne Yaaya Jammeh mu ne ñu delluwaat Kanilaay si biir dëkk bi.
The in charge came and said that Dr. Mbow, Yaaya Jammeh said that all of us should return to Kanilai.
ñu dem ñu dugal ñu si benn saal bu mag.
We went and we were taken into a large living room.
ñu ngi fa fekka waa ji ñoo naan Tamba Jiro.
We found the man called Tamba Jiro.
yaa ngi teg benn andi cuuraay bu mag.
There was a stove which had incense, a big one.
mu am benn gamba bu mag tamit bu mu teg si booram.
There was a gallon, a big one, which he put beside him. Calabash.
léegi soo buñ duggee si biir ñu teg ñi si saal bi si suuf ñu ñëpp ñu toog.
So when we got into that sitting room, we all sat down.
ñu laa oo benn.
And they will be calling one after the other.
da ngaa njëkk a dem si andi cuuraay bi.
You will go to the stove containing the incense.
mu jël sungu fi garab def ko fa.
You will take a powder of that medicine and put it there.
ñu jël benn mbaaja bu mag ñu muuree la ko.
And take one big blanket and cover you with it.
no strong doo ñemeñ a génnee mbaaja bi fee ñoom seen waxtu jotul pour ñu génnee mbaaja bi.
No matter how strong you are, you will not be brave enough to take the blanket off your body until their time.
soldaar yaa ngi taxaw ñu ngi téye fetel.
Yeah, so the soldiers were standing, holding their guns.
suñ génnee mbaaja bi.
When they removed the blanket,
fekk inhale nga saxaasi danga tàggaloo ak sa sago.
at that time you had inhaled the smoke and you have lost control of your faculties.
ñu direct la fi gamba bi nekka.
They will direct you to where the calabash was.
ñu jëlaat beneen bakku bu mag. kook ñu tibee ko am garab bi foofu noonu.
They will take a cup and scoop some of the medicine.
ñu jox la ko ñu ne nga naan yëpp.
They will give you and ask you to drink it all.
soo ko naanee ñu.
After you drank that, they will ask you to go and sit down.
soo toogee ñeena yi ñu seen boppa yi déggeeru ñu start di react.
If you sit down, those that are not very strong, they will start to react.
Then camera bi nekk sa kaw.
And the camera was filming you.
ñu commencé di la laaj question.
And then they would begin to ask you questions.
so soo nekkee nit koo xam ne yaa ngi answer question yu funny rek.
Once you start answering funny questions,
ne duma nga.
you'll be labeled as a
am na
witch
ñoo xam ne
or a
fi ñu toog sax
wizard.
dañ doon seben seen boppa.
There were some who were urinating on themselves where they sat.
So, Madam Witness, you're telling us that this particular procedure was to cure a demon, a witch in the people who were there?
bon da nga wax ne loolu ñu doon def yëpp dañ ko doon def pour seet dëmma yi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci biir ña fa nekkoon.
waaw moom loolu la wax.
Yes,
ne dëmma yi ñoo fa nekkoon.
that was what he said, that there were some witches or wizards.
What effect did that particular treatment have on you?
façon faj boobu nag moom lan la defoon ci yow.
man moom naka jeeka man garab yi moom daf ma dee sonal torop.
For me personally, the medication used to disturb me a lot.
because bi ma fa jógee saxaar si dem na ba ay fan su ma xoolee nit mu ngi mel ni saxaar yi kese laa dee gis du ma dee xàmmee nit.
It got to a point that even when I left there, the smoke affected me such that when I looked at somebody, it's like as if I'm seeing smoke.
su ma doxee may miir.
And when I walk, I used to be dizzy.
soonoon naa fa torop nag.
I suffered there a lot.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, at this point, we'd like to show a video to show how the treatment was administered on patients. This video should not be broadcasted. It's only for the view of the Commission.
And when a video bo xamne nak pour fi rek lañ ko sétané du génn ci biti ci anam yi nga xamne non la doon fajé ñu fa doon fajo
When were you diagnosed? 2001. 2001. Are you on the ARVs? No. The doctor is Siri Faka? You're taking this up. Okay. You'll be okay. Okay. What can I see? A little light. Listen carefully. I will tell you what you hear, okay? What can I hear? I learned some sounds, but I don't know how to express those sounds. Sounds? Sounds or sounds? Sound. Listen carefully. Can you hear anything now? Sound. Very beautiful noise. Okay, now can you see anything, right? Yeah. Can you see clouds? Something like a cloud? Yeah. Moon shape or what? Like moon, yeah. Huh? Yes, it's clouds. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Sayyidina Muhammad. Sayyidina Muhammad. Rasulullah. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah Akbar. Ada society sejarah, ya teman, kenapa kita ada? Yo, ini apa nih? Siapa tuh yang sana? Ini sudah wajib, sudah kalau itu dari bilang, oke, ya. tene ma do mi saka tene ya ma ka ci ko no ka fa wala tam ko na ala ko it's just an emotional yes ala apa ma ko ya la na na ko ala no min ta ke naturally mai bekele ya rasul Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah. Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah. Sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam. Sallallahu ta'ala wa sallam. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Mudah kan? Ini kayak burung. Asal orang yang sudah kena ni. Orang tu. Sisa. Yang orang ni jawab. Dia nak kata. Ya, okey. Ila. Problem sih. Serious problem. I feel like here it's tight. Yes, it's tight. Yes. Blocked. You feel pain there? Pain here? Yes. Yes, going down. Under my foot. Even now? Yes. Are you feeling it now? Yes. And that pains. Yes. So, yes. Anna? Still happy right now? Yes. In 5 minutes? Back. Next 3 days, everything will be in the road there. Your fingers will get away now. So within 3 days, you just observe it yourself, okay? Kamu tak kini dah jadi, ya? Ya, kan dia fakar dimin klo, fakar fidin klo. lu ko dimo ko mu da yan ko no so ben na ko da ko ya ko da kan de yes so da do ngara ko ni na rasulat ko so mana transport la ita na so ta na ja
baɗigolu ko ga satale num programme o dati watoto ñamin ñi mom wonni worowulol be mine jararota kam président jam i be kilin nalo aye be e jara tenne kato ni nata foyela larango kan ay jara damen fanan sa ko lankene maye ko wole be kering ila bala jato la karola bitum asina i balo be masaji nim borola bering i kumol to bang foy nyadal to bela ase boro mosila tol mumbe bela mo moni worol bela yo na bota je fana ase borolu fanan dila mi mu da borol ta min loye be sa min anim fanan ise do mosi i balola okay comme ni len ko xamale won ci programme bi ci njëlbeen gi ni ngeen jot a gis ni ñoom ñaar fukki nit ak juróom-ñaar yi nga xam ne ni ñoo ñëwoon faju si ci président kenn ku ci nekk noonu la leen président fajee benn ba ñoom ñaar fukki nit ak juróom-ñaar yooyu dem daj moom président su leen tiimee fi leen tiral ci lal bi fi mu leen di fajee dina la xamal li la jot ak sa métit bi waxtaan ak jarak yi tiim leen ñoom itam ñu déggal ak wéral président lim leen di wax ci wàlli e métiti seen yaram e biñ ñànkuwanteel su ko defee nag kenn ku ci nekk ci ñoom di ñaar fukki nit ak juróom-ñaar yi la nga xam ne ni mu ngi leen di faj lim leen di def mooy dina leen massage depuis commencé ko ci seen bopp yi ci seen xar-xanam yi seen gannaaw ba ci seen tànka yi seen yaram yépp dina ko massage raay ci def ci garab gi ba pare dina leen nandalal garab gi nga xam ne ni moom la leen defaral ñoom ñëpp ñu naan ko yi itam ñu riiboo ko ni ko jàngoro ji songe woon ak ni mu ko sonnale woon jaaxaloon na ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ni ñoo nekkoon ci fajokaay bi waaye nag mbiri Safiyatu mi mos na jaaxal président Jammeh ngir nag président óolu na garabam yi ba xam na ne képp koo xam ne nii rek moom faj na la su neexee yàlla di nga wér moo tax mbiri Safiyatu mos na jaaxal président Jammeh
She's coming tomorrow. That's what she said. You should be bringing her, taking her down. Okay? Allah boy perfect together. Everything eat together perfect. One of the people feel. Allah boy talk
Bane Ikies, Fuku, Furi. Tiri ni mori. Kile kumbo sai mo be kubura. Tiri ni mori. An kai sima yaran bi di dawo ne. Ya kai tara da. Jale kundiri kine mapani yabo. Bora ni data Amerikano. Ya.
No puede ne.
Le ka diri ka yito no go to fane ka ka ko.
Kama. Por favor. Ya, ada. Ya, okay. Ya.
It was essential to show that video to the Commission just to get a better understanding of the testimony of the witness about how the treatment was actually administered. And we have noticed that it was administered the same way, whether it was a male or a female, and it was consistent in the way it was being administered.
fi mu nekk nii nag seede bi ndax di nga mën a wax commission bi faju boobu ñu la doon faj noonu naka nga ko gisee.
faj bi man gisoon naa ne du woon dëgga.
I observed that there was no truth in it.
Can you tell this commission why you felt that way?
lu tax nga jàppee ko noonu nga gisee ko noonu.
parce que ma jëlee ko man si suma boppa bi ma fa daan dem. treatment bi.
If I take myself as my example, when I went there for treatment,
when
I was going, I had strength.
But when
I went for the treatment and began to drink the medicine, that was when I realized that my strength was depreciating and I was getting weaker.
Si treatment bi soko setlo first batch bi man ma fa gënon sona sa.
If you observe in the first batch, I was the one that suffered the most.
Ñu bari fogon nañ ne sa man dina fa don dé.
Many people even thought that I will die there.
Can you tell the commission the effect that the treatment had on your health?
di nga mën a wax commission bi faj boobu nga xam ne moom lañ la doon faj naka la def ci sa wérgu yaram.
dafa nasaxloo suma wérgu yaram torop.
It retarded my health.
Because bi ma fa jógee.
When I left there,
dama dellu si lopitaan bi.
I returned to the hospital.
Before we get to that point, you've already told the commission that your health deteriorated. Is that correct?
Bala ñoo ñëw foofu sax wax nga fi commission bi ne sa wàllu wérgu yaram paj gi daf ko nasaxal.
Waaw.
Yes.
Did you observe the conditions of the other persons who were admitted with you?
ñeneen ñi nga xam ne nag yaa ngi fa doon faju ndoora ñoom ndax seetlu nga ñoom tamit naka lañ meloon.
Waa seetlu naa leen.
Yes, I observed them.
Can you tell this commission what their conditions were?
Wax commission bi nag ñoom naka nga leen gisee woon.
ñu tamit am na ñoo xam ne si ñoom seen wérgu yaram daal koregutoon.
Some of them, there were some amongst them whose health was.
Why comme niñ ko xamé nit ñi seen système yi du benn.
But as we know, people have different systems.
Ñenay mun na am mu ngi leena affect waaye wonewu ko ci seen yaram bi.
It could have affected some, but it was not too obvious.
Wonewu ko seen yaram bi waaye ci seen biir yaram bi am na luñ nekk di feel.
It did not show on their body, but they would be feeling something inside their bodies.
Madam Witness, in the 9 months that you were there, did any one of you come out and say, I was cured?
Ci biir juróom ñeneenti weer yooyu ngeen fa nekk ndax am na kenn ku ci génn nag ne man daal faju naa.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you tell us the conditions on how this happened?
Wax ñu loolu naka la xewee.
Because loolu naka la xewee mooy ne.
How it happened was that.
Suñ waxee ne you are undetectable.
If they say that you are undetectable.
Waaye balaa loolu sax dañ dee jël sample yi.
But even before that, they would have taken samples.
Waxoon nañ ne dañ dee jël sample yi yóbbu leen Dakar Cheikh Anta Diop.
They told us that they took the samples and took them to Dakar at Cheikh Anta Diop.
Amoon nañ dañ jëlaan yeneen sample yóbbu leen Morocco.
There were some samples that were taken to Morocco.
Buñ ñëwee ñu riidal la sa test results.
When they came, they read to you your test results.
Comme docteur bu la faj su ñëwee ne la faj naa la.
If the doctor that is treating you comes to you and tells you that I have treated you.
Suñ la laajee yow looy wax man tam faju naa.
If they ask you, you will say that I am healed.
Fekk yoo xamuloo woon ne fajuwuloo.
And you would not know that you are not healed.
So loolu nekkoon na loo xam ne nit ñi dañ ko daan wax ne wér naa fekk wéruñ because results yi ñoo dee wane ne diw dañ ko test waaye he aussi dafa undetectable.
That was the reason people would say that they were cured. That it's because of the results which would say that they have tested you but you were undetectable.
So they get undetectable.
And if you hear undetectable,
mooy ne doomi jàngoro bi fi mu nekk nii ci sa deret na sax na.
that is to say that the strength of the virus in your body has weakened.
So du la muna lati dara.
And it will not be able to overcome you.
So lii lañ dee wane faju nga.
This is what they will term as you being cured.
Nga wane comme suñ laa bàyyi ñu laaj la nga ne faju naa.
So that when they ask you, before you are released, and you will declare that you have been cured.
Madam Witness, you've told this commission about the taking of samples. Can you explain better how these samples were taken from the patients?
Wax nga fi commission bi ne dafa am ay sample yu njëjël ci yéen ndax di nga mën a wax commission bi nag naka la njëjëlee sample yooyu.
Waaw sample yi comme buñ ko jël.
When the samples are being taken,
dañ dee ñëw si dañ dee oo patient yi ñu jël seen sample.
They will call the patients and take their samples.
Waaye si biir jël sample boobu noonu.
But in the course of taking that sample,
dañ dee jël ñeneen seen sample ñoo xam ne nekkuñ woon patient waaye ñu ngi liggéey ak ñun.
They will take the samples of others who were not patients but were working within the center.
Noonu lañ daan jëlee samples.
That was how they took the samples.
So, Madam Witness, you're telling this commission that samples of persons who were not HIV or AIDS positive were being taken and sent with your samples for testing.
Léegi da nga wax commission bi ne ñi nga xam ne ñoo fa nekk di liggéey te ñooñu amuñ benn doomi jàngoro HIV ak AIDS ñooñu dañ daan jël seen sample yi di ko boole ak yéen seen sample di ko yóbbu.
Duma muna wax naal ne they are not HIV positive because HIV dafa nekkal you cannot tell by looking. Why comme ñun mi fa nekkoon ñun admit foofu noonu dañ daan jël suñ sample jëlaale yeneen sample yi si boole ko suñ yos.
I cannot say that they were not HIV is positive because you cannot tell by simply looking. But those people that were there, that worked there, they used to take their samples and join them with our samples.
So therefore, it is correct to say you're telling this commission that samples were mixed of those who were admitted and persons who were not admitted but were always around you at the hospital.
Léegi bon li nga wax mooy ne dañoo jël sample yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen lañ fa tëddal jël sample ñeneen ñoo xam ne tëddaluñ leen de waaye ñoo yéen a daan nekk foofu ci lopitaan bi. Waaw.
Yes.
Can you tell this commission who those people were?
Dañoo mën a wax commission bi ñan la.
am na si ñoo xam ne ay soldaar lañ.
There were some who were soldiers.
So you're therefore telling us that samples of some of the soldiers that used to guard you were being taken at the same time as the patients who were admitted and sent to Dakar or Morocco for testing.
léegi li nga wax mooy ne soldat yi nga xam ne ñoo fa daan nekk di leen garder dañoo jël seen sample yéen mi nga xam ne yéen a fa tëdday tamit ñu jël seen sample boole leen yëpp yóbbu ko Dakar wala Morocco pour seet ko.
waaw.
Yes.
Can you tell this commission why do you think that was being done?
ndax di nga mën a wax commission bi nag lan nga foog ne moo tax ñu doon def loolu.
man si li ma foog ak suma gis-gis mooy ne comme dégg nekku si faj ci mbir boobu noonu.
What I think and what I observed is to say that there is no truth in the whole process.
You've told the commission that you were discharged at some point after 9 months.
wax nga commission bi tamit ne bàyyi nañ la nag gannaaw faju ñeneen juróom-ñeenti weer yoo xam ne def nga ko fa.
juróom-benni weer la den after ma saafaat foofu 3 months. muy 9 months altogether.
It was 6 months, then I served an extra 3 months, and that made it 9 months.
At the time of your discharge, can you tell this commission what your CD4 count was?
jamono gi nga xam ne ñu la doon bàyyi nag ndax mun nga commission bi li ñoo wax CD4 count ñaata la woon fu mu toll woon.
suma CD4 count bi biñ maa bàyyi.
My CD4 count when I was being discharged.
suma fàttaleku wutoon docteur Mbow riidoon na ko waaye munuma fàttaleku exactly lan la waxoon waaye man biñ ma bàyyi foofu noonu.
Dr. Mbo read it out, but I cannot recall what it was. But when I was discharged,
ba ma ñibbi kër.
until I went home, in August,
ma dal di dem MRC.
I went to MRC.
ma dellu.
I returned.
Because foofu laa doon fajoo woon balaa may dem si.
Because that was where I was taking my treatment before going for this treatment program.
ma dem si docteur bi ma daan gis docteur yu bari ñoo ma daan gis waaye am na si ñoo xam ne dañ yaaga di liggéey ñun.
I went to the doctor that used to attend to me. Many doctors attended to me, but there were some doctors that worked with us for a long time.
ma dem si moom ma explainal ko ma ne ko docteur man de dama ñëw pour seet si suma deret waat.
I went to the doctor and explained things to him and told him that I came to check my blood again.
mu ne ma Fatou, you are welcome.
And he said to me, Fatou, you are welcome.
So mu ne ma waaye balaa may continue sa prophylaxis bi.
But he said to me, before I continue your prophylaxis,
because yow balaa ngay dem si treatment bi prophylaxis nga doon use.
because before you went for that treatment, you were using prophylaxis.
dañoo dem si normal procedure bi.
We will go through the normal procedure.
da ngaa demaa ñu test la.
And get tested again.
You seet sa CD4 ak sa viral load.
And we'll check for your CD4 count and your viral load.
su fekkee ne ba léegi mu ngi fu mu nekkoon.
If at all it is still stationary where it was,
nga continue prophylaxis bi.
you will continue with the prophylaxis.
su fekkee ne demee na naka sudut noonu.
If it goes another way,
then dinaa la put on ARV.
then I will put you on ARV.
ma dal di nangu delluwaat defaat test yeeg yëpp.
I accepted and conducted all the tests.
The results we don't gain.
When the results came out,
so my CD4 was automatically dropped up to 80.
My CD4 count dropped automatically to 80.
Lolu nonu doctor is a titon nañ.
Even the doctors were scared.
Because fofu nonu febar bu ndaw bu ma la rek daf ma don jeeku.
Because at that instance, any minor ailment that I contracted would have caused catastrophe on me.
So, Madam Witness, you're telling this commission that the treatment had such a negative effect on you that your condition deteriorated to you almost developing AIDS.
Bon dafa melni faj bobu nga xamne mom nga don faj dafa nasaxal sa febar bi nga xamne jele nga ci sax li nga xamne modi jangoro bi HIV AIDS bi.
Awma won AIDS nak why
I did not contract AIDS, but
CD4 bi tollu won.
The level of the CD4.
Suma togon kër am ngom bi ne faju won na si treatment Yaya Jammeh bi.
If I had sat at home with the belief that I was cured from Yaya Jammeh's treatment,
dina mono lead to AIDS.
It would have led me to AIDS.
Because danga gis ne dina febar.
Because you will notice, you see that I would have gotten sick.
Duma dem l'hôpital.
I wouldn't go to the hospital.
Ma fogné yenen febar la feka febar bobu mo neka di law.
Thinking that it was other ailments, behold, it will be the same sickness which was developing more and more.
Why? Because amon na si knowledge.
But because I had some knowledge,
Jange won na si lu bari bala may dem si treatment bi.
I learned a lot about it before going for the treatment program.
Amna lan la de def nit ak stages in de jaar.
I know what it does to someone and the different stages of it.
Lolu moma genona sawarlo pour ma delu wat l'hôpital sétat suma deret.
That was what motivated me to return back to the hospital and conduct more tests on my blood.
The CD4 be drop
When the CD4 dropped,
doctor be advice ma mune ma dinga jël ARV neexuta jël nak way ding ko jël yo xam nga naka la because yang don cancel nit ñi ñuy waja jël ARV naka ngeen de canceler pour ñu wara adhere to the treatment.
The doctor advised me and said that I should take ARV. It is not easy, but I have to do it. He said to me, you used to counsel people and you know how things are like.
Therefore, Madam Witness, you're telling this commission that the first time ever for you taking ARVs was after being through the Presidential Alternative Treatment Program.
Wadang ñu bëgg wax ne ci ñël ben yoon bi nga commencé di jël ARV bi dafa fekk joggé nga ci faji président bi.
Waaw man 2007 la jël treatment bi foog na dundé na virus bi for 11 years or so musuma naan ARV ba bi ma joggé ci treatment bi.
I went to a treatment program in 2007, but I think I was with the virus for 11 years and I never took the ARV.
So you're therefore telling this commission that you definitely believe that it was the alternative treatment that you received that deteriorated your health.
Bon légui da nga bëgg wax ne faj bobu nga xamne mom nga don faju ci ba lolu mo na saxal sa wërgu yaram.
Wa lolu la because bi ma fa dem suma wërgu yaram meluton nonu wostuton nonu because febaruma won.
Yes, that was it. Because when I was going for the treatment, my health condition was not worse as it was after.
Thank you, Madam Witness. In your statement, there are parts that you told us that you gave positive remarks about the said treatment. Is that correct?
Kado yinga binda fi wax nga fi ne yow yang daan wax lu baax dal ci faju bi nga xamne mom nga don faju.
Digala.
It's true.
Can you tell this commission why you took those steps?
Lan mo taxone ngay don wax lolu?
Remarks yoyu nonu.
Those remarks,
comme dañ la dé order pour nga wax.
You are usually ordered to say them.
Dik su Yaya Jammeh toge.
Because when Yaya Jammeh sits down,
mu am ño xamne mu ne daf leena discharge.
And he says that he's going to discharge some people.
Ñu faj nañ leen wër nañ.
That he cured them and they are all right.
Ñu select ay waxkat.
They will select speakers.
Ñi njëkka wax.
The first to speak.
Dañoo press statement bi. Dañ ko dégaloo.
They will give credence to the statement.
Léegi yow yaay kan nga wara taxaw Yaya Jammeh tok nga wara wax lo xamne dafa négatif ci mom man ne am jamono joju awma won fit bobu nonu so lolu motax man tamit mo wax ci lo xamne jamono buñ toge di nga wane li ak li dafa positif fekk nonu yalla xamna ne positifut.
So who would you be to say something which is negative? That is why, especially when he seated there.
Because
so
everybody
will give praise to the program. At that time, I was afraid. I did not have the courage to say otherwise.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, at this point, we shall be playing another video where the said witness giving a statement. However, it is not for broadcast. It's only for the eyes of the Commission. Thank you.
Stand here and give the vote of thanks on behalf of my colleagues on the trip. To His Excellency the President Dr. Alhaji Yaya Jammeh, the great man, the greatest man in the world. As the English man used to say, a greatness of a man is not his kindness, it's not his power, but his kindness towards his fellow men. And that's what President Dr. Al-Hadi Yahya is showing to the whole world. So it was the hardest day as we begin this treatment, but today we thank God and thank Al-Hadi Yahya. We stand here back, bringing us back to our life, our normal life. Thank you, sir, very much. A very big thank you to our brother, our doctor, Dr. Tamsir Mo, SOS Department of State for Health. SOS Nene Magdolge. With Alhaji Momodu Sanyang and the DRTS group. And to Dr. Malik Njai. And Dr. Malik Njai. And the Cuban doctors also. We're not forgetting by Nima Baji. The state guard, if I want to call name, maybe I will make mistake, but to all the state guards, our humble medicine man, Dr. Alsumana Jame, and two of our brothers, whom you know that day and night, they are dragging with us, both day and night, Dr. Manjang and Lamin Dur also, thank you very much. And very importantly, those who fed our stomachs, the cooks, both in State House and Kanilai here, we are saying a very big thank you to all of you. And all those who leave their family to come and join us today. And thank you to all these people who are going home. And those who are staying, not yet going home, let us not be discouraged. Our day is coming. God's time is the best. God has given us somebody who is with us both day and night, so let us not be discouraged. He is man of God and he will take care of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Madam Witness, can you tell this commission, on this particular day, at what time did you know you were going to give a speech?
Dinga muna wax commission bi jamono bi nga joxe kàddu yooyu noonu bés boobu ci ban waxtu nga xam ne da nga war a dem pour joxe kàddu yooyu.
boobu noonu ñaari speech laa joxe bii tamit biñ nekkee si gathering bi.
I gave two speeches. This was when
my first one, Bibi Kanilai la won.
This was the first speech in Kanilai.
Bobu tamit dañ ma oo ñu ne dama joxe speech.
That also I was called and told that I was going to give a speech.
After bu spokesperson bi waxe be pare koku tamit si team bi la bok.
Spokesperson had spoken. He was also a member of the team.
Si la joxe speech bi.
That was when I gave out this speech.
In your speech we heard you say he was the greatest man in the world. Were you referring to President Jammeh?
Nga wax na dégg naa ñu nga wax ne kii mooy góor gi nga xam ne moo gën a màgg ci àddina si ndax President Jammeh nga doon wax.
Moom laa doon wax.
He was the one I was referring to.
Can you tell this court if you truly believe that he is the greatest man in this world?
Ndax mën nga wax commission bi fii ne ndax gëm nga ne moom mooy waa ji gën a màgg.
I'm one option for my wahe because mom su toge for nga wax lo xamne daf ko contane lo. I did not
have an option. I had to say things the way I did, especially when he seated there. He would love you to say things that would be pleasing to him.
And this was how all the other people who attended and had the treatment had to also praise him.
Ci anam yi tamit la ñeneen ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñëpp ñu fa nekkoon di faju noonu lañ ko taggee.
Waaw ndi képp koo xam ne yaa ngi fa woon te interview nañ la o pare nañ pour nga wax rek doo musa wax dara lu négatif lu positif rek ngay wax si moom.
Yes, because anyone that was there who was interviewed or who made a statement, you had to say something that was positive. You could not afford to say anything that was negative.
Madam Witness, from what you have told us today, we know that the treatment was not real.
Léegi suñ seetloo li nga xam ne moom nga ñu wax nii tey dañoo jàpp ne daal faj bi daal dëgguwutoon.
Wow, faj bi degguwutoon.
Yes, it wasn't real.
Du woon dëgga.
It wasn't true.
And from your testimony, you have told us that people who actually attended the trial felt sicker than when they initially got there.
Tayo ni selo sa kaddu fi dafa melni ñi nga xamne ñoo demoon fajuju fofu ci mom dafa melni dañ fa jëlé gëna fébaré.
Dañ fa gëna fébaré because am nañ baaj bo xamne bi mu waxé né ñooñu they are undetectable bem leen discharge am na ci ñoo xamne dañ fébar bé jaaré ci ñaaka seen bakkan.
Yes, because there was a badge when they were declared to be cured and they were discharged. Some of them got sick to the extent that some of them even lost their lives.
At this point, you have a protective sheet before you. And on the said protective sheet, there are names of certain persons who died after being discharged from the treatment.
Te amna fa tur yo xamne bindal nañ leen fa muy nit ñoo xamne ñoom ñàkk nañ seen bakkan gannaaw buñ bàyyee ko ci faju boobu.
Wow.
Yes.
And from this protective sheet, we have named them persons 1 to persons 9.
Te foofu na bindal nañ seen tur yi ba juróom-ñeneenti nit.
Point of correction, 9 years, 7 months during the treatment lañ gaañu waaye yeneen ñaari after the treatment lañ gaañu.
Point of correction, 7 died during the course of the treatment and 2 died after the treatment.
Waaye 7 yi la suma xel jàppa waaye ëpp nañ 7 waaye yeneen ñaari si suuf ñooñu immediately after the treatment lañ gaañu.
I can recall only these 7, but these other 2 died after the treatment program.
Thank you very much. So I'd like the Commission to note that we have the protected sheet and she has confirmed the names as those who died, which is 1 to 7 during the treatment, 8 to 9 after discharge, but not long after the discharge from the program. Thank you.
Pour ñu one commission bi ne tur yi nga xam ne moom lañ fa lim di ko daree benn ba juróom ñaar yëpp ñoom jamono bi ñoo faju ci lañ ñàkk seen bakkan yeneen ñaar yi ci des ñoom dañ bi faju bi jeexee yàggul rek ñu ñàkk seen bakkan.
Madam Witness, can you tell this Commission what is your view about this whole program that was carried on by the President?
Léegi nag ndax dañu mun a wax yow lan mooy sa gis-gis ci programme bi yépp nga xam ne moom la président bi doon def.
Benn pour réeral askan bi réeral aduna bi yépp ne moom mun na dara loo xam ne Yàlla moo ko ko may te fekk du woon diga.
One is to deceive the people and the entire world to say that God has endowed him with something which wasn't true.
Ñaar tamit jaay doole ak makaama si kaw nit ñi.
Secondly, to abuse power and wisdom on people.
Can you tell this Commission the effect that this said treatment had on you and your family?
Ñu mun a wax nag faj bi yëpp moom naka nga ko gisee nan la def ci yow yaak sa ay mbokka.
Man lim def si man bari na.
What it did to me is a lot.
Di benn.
One.
On a time boobu noonu maa ngi doon liggéey ñaaka naa si suma liggéey.
At that time I was employed. I lost my job.
ñaaka naa si suma position.
I lost my position.
Be am na groupe boo xam ne man maa ko commencé woon boobu tamit ñaaka naa ko.
There was a group which I started.
Te suma njabooti tamit am na effect si ñoom di soonoon nañ because ma dem juróom benni weer boo xam ne suma doom yi ñu ngi ndax dañoo añ ndax dañoo reer ndax dañ dëkka dëkkin bu baax xaw ma ko ndax ñu ngi dem school sax xaw ma ko ñu téye ma benn place xalaat boobu noonu ak métit boobu noonu boobu tamit sonaloon na ma te sonaloon na suma njaboot bi.
It impacted negatively on my family because my children, imagine I was away for 6 months. I'm not sure, I do not know whether they ate lunch or dinner, whether they went to school or not. Whether they slept at a safe place, I did not know. So all of that was hardship on me. That was how I lived it.
What effect did it have on you physically?
Ci sa wali jëm nak mom lan la def ci yow?
Sama wali jëm comme dem na ba nga yegg ne man fim nekk ni garab yi ma daan naan sonal na ma ba nga xam ne wératuma waaye yàlla mi dara teewut may na ma xel bi pour ma jógaat ma war a demaat lopitaan pour war a commencé waat suma faj bi te garab biñ ma commencé loon woon jamono jooju neexutoon a naan ndig boobu noonu dafa am time bi nga koo naan danga yaay cuusal sa boppa time naan ko suba 9 o'clock naan ko guddi 9 o'clock so yow danga nekk si loolu noonu day in day out bés bu nekk foog nga naan benn suba benn ngoon munoon naa am suma demutoon xëj na duma doon aaga si stage boobu noonu so loolu tamit nekkoon na suma jafe-jafe torop.
One other difficulty I had was the medicine which I was given to drink. You drink in the morning and in the evening, and God being so good, I had the mind to go back to the hospital to continue my treatment.
waaye yàlla dimbali na ma bi ma ko commencé ndi garab yi woon neexuta naan dafa am side effects yu bari.
But God helped me because it was not easy to drink that medicine because of side effects.
waaye comme ni ko olof dee waxee rek yàlla du teg nit ñaari nattu.
As the Olaf will say, God will not put too much of a burden on an individual.
Ma sona si naan garab bi si yaaya jaame ma ñëwaat di naan garab bi tamit yàlla teg ma coono xam naa loolu moo tax yàlla yërëm ma.
I wouldn't
si coono boobu noonu.
suffer from drinking the concoction of Yaya Jammeh and also suffer drinking this other medicine. That was why I think God spared me. And when I began taking it, it took me only 6 months.
Undetectable, sorry.
It took me only 6 months and I became undetectable.
Thank you very much, Madam Witness. I have no more questions for you for today.
Mr.
Chair, at this point, I'd like to tender some of the documents and videos before the Commission. The protected sheaf shall be tendered in as Exhibit 146. The video from the Al Jazeera, the first one we played, will be 146A. The debriefing with the ministers will be 146B. The video showing the administration of the treatment will be 146C. And the video where the witness gave the speech will be 146D. With the permission of the Commission, I'd like to tender them in evidence.
All requests are granted, Counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And at this point, I hand over the witness to the Commission.
Thank you very much, Emma Counsel, and thank you very much, Madam FATOU JATTA, for your testimony.
Madam FATOU JATTA,
Thank you.
We have seen since the 7th of January 2019, theme after theme after theme, atrocities, criminalities being perpetrated on the Gambian people.
Biñ commencé ba légui juroom ñaari fan ci wéru January atum 2019 gis nañ fi dégg nañ fi lu bari ay mbir soxor ay mbir yu bon yo xamné ñu ko doon tek doom adama yi fi ci biir réew mi.
The theme that we just started today is a shocking one as well.
waxtaane nañ ci ay fan yu ci bare waaye fan bi nga xam ne moom lañ door tey nii loolu moom tiital na nit ñi torop.
It's as if the Gambia was given concoction of fear that kept the country hallucinating for 22 years.
Dafa mel ni Gambia dañu doon jox garab boo xam ne dañ ko doon jëfoo muy ñoo xalaat loo diiri ñaar fukki at ak ñaar.
I'm sorry that, Madam Jatta, you had to go through the difficult period you and your family that you went through.
Nange jegalu nak Madam Jatta di metit lu bu baax jafe-jafe yi nga xamne mom nga janku wanter yow yak sa ay mbokka.
There was one element in your testimony that convinced me of the resilience and the bravery that you have.
Xamne joxe nga ko fi lolu wéral na ma yow deggu ak fit bo xamne yow am nga ko.
And the faith.
Ak ngom go xamne am nga ko.
When you were told that having HIV, you would survive only 2 months.
Moy fiñ la waxé né da nga am HIV way ñaari wër rek nga dunda.
But from 1995 to the present,
way depuis 1995 bañ la ko waxé ba légui.
You said these words, I have lived many 2 months.
Ci sa kàddu wax nga fi ne nag day ñaari weer yu bari ñoo nekk ci biir at yooyu.
We share your difficulties and the pain that you have gone through during these years.
Ñu ngi bokk ak yow moom nga jànkuwanteel ci at yi.
One quick question. When or before you entered the Yaya Jammeh program,
lenn lu ma la bëgg a laaj rek mooy bala nga commencé faji Yaya Jammeh bi.
We just wait for Usher to finish consultation. I was saying, before you entered the Jammeh treatment program, did you discuss with your MRC doctors the request that you go into that program?
Lima la bëgg a laaj rek mooy balaa nga doon commencé di dem di faju ji ci Yaya Jammeh ndax ñi nga xam ne ñoo la daan faj MRC waxoon nga leen boobu.
Déedéet waxuma leen ko di faj bi ñum ñëwee.
No, I did not tell them, because how the whole thing came about.
Tey si ngoon nga dégg diw mu ne ëllëg dama def lii si ëllëg si ñu ñëw jël si la boobu noonu doo am chance boo xam ne dangaa dem si lopitaan bi nga tàggoo sa doctor si.
For instance, just like today in the evening, you'll hear someone say, tomorrow I'm going to do this thing, and then the next morning you'll be picked up. You will not have the time to go and take permission from the hospital.
One of the rules that you mentioned was a requirement for the Yaya Jammeh program was to stop taking prescription medications that you were given. Did you discuss that also with your doctor?
Am nga bokk na ci tamit sarta yi nga xam ne moom la faj bi àndal mooy ne garab boo xam ne fekkoon na yaa ngi ko doon jëfoo danga koo bàyyi ndax loolu waxtaan nga ko ak sa docteur yi.
Foofu noonu bañ fa demee gisatuñ benn docteur ba bés bi ñu bàyyee.
When we went there, we did not see any doctor until the day that we were discharged.
Thank you very much, Emma. Commissioners, if you have any questions, Deputy, you have the floor, please.
I have two simple ones and one a bit complicated.
But
first of all, to congratulate FATOU for her courage in coming out.
Well,
the first question is, you went straight from State House to the hospital. How did you have a change of clothing?
Lima la laaj mooy bi ngeen faju noonu dañ leen jëlee State House rek yóbbu leen ci lopitaan bi naka nga wéccee sa solin sa sol yére yi.
In those days,
di seen yére lañ daan sol.
we were
na tawel bu ñuy jox ñu odo ba pare ñu jox ñu darab.
We having the same clothes we wore, except the towel they gave us to tie around our waist and the blanket.
Te afuna dem na for ñaar ma ñetti fan.
I think it was up to 2 or 3 days.
Jox na ku nekk xaalis nga dem jënd yére bi ngay sol.
We gave each one of us money to go and buy clothes which we will use to put on.
Waaye boobu noonu biñ daan dem si marché bi tamit benn lañ doon demee waaye soldat yi ñoo ñu daan garder.
But that also, when we were going to the market, we were going one at a time, and we were being guarded by soldiers.
It would have been easier, I guess, to go home and get your change of clothing, but anyway, you're giving the answer. Now, the other question is about Rose Claire. Do you know where she is right now?
foog naa dina doon gën a yomb rek ñu ebal leen seen kër yi ngeen jël seen yére yi ñëw waaye ba tey tontu nga suma laajte bi Rose Claire mi nga xam ne moo fa nekkoon ak yéen moom fan la nekk.
waaw Rose dafa dellu dëkkam because St. Vincent la jóge.
Rose returned back to her country. She came from St. Vincent.
waaye ñibbeem bi tamit demutoon na sagoom because daf ko daaxoon ba pare daf ko traité noonu foog naa 24 hours rek la ko joxoon pour mu bàyyi dëkk bi.
But her going also was not out of her own volition. I think she was expelled. I believe she was given barely 24 hours to get out of the country.
suma fàttewut.
If I have not forgotten.
Thank you. Now to the complicated one.
léegi nag ma ñëw ci beneen bu xaw a jafe bi.
The council compared your HIV with diabetes or hypertension.
Council bi dafa méngale sa feebar bi dafa méngale feebari HIV, diabetes ak hypertension.
And you responded that you are happier with what you have because you can eat whatever you want.
nga ne nag yow sax li nga am moo la gënal ndaxte mun ngaa lekk lu la neex.
But there is another pain which I think did not come out in the commission's hearing today.
Waaye am na beneen mitit boo xam ne génnut fii ci commission bi tey.
It's the stigma and the discrimination that Gambians have against people living with HIV.
mooy joxoñ baaraam bi ak tuutal bi nga xam ne ñu ngi koo def ñi nga xam ne ñoo amee feebari HIV.
Can you talk about that a little?
di nga mën a wax ci loolu tuuti.
dëgg la li nga wax dëgg la waaye loolu noonu dama ko bëggoon a bàyyi suma remarque bi waaye comme que laajte nga ko mun naa ko see wax.
It's true. I wanted to leave that until when I'm making my concluding remarks, but since you have asked, I might as well just answer it.
Okay, you can address it in
no, let me give
okay.
a little about it, then more I will come about. Stigma and discrimination bi nga wax loolu noonu nekk na loo xam ne lu metti la si nit ñi dundee HIV ak AIDS.
Stigma and discrimination is something that is painful for people who are living with HIV and AIDS.
Ni ko noon su nekkutoon stigma bi ak discrimination bi.
Had it not been for stigma and discrimination,
foog naa TRRC ñun la ñu doon njëkk a dalal.
I think the TRRC would have hosted us first.
Why? Because of stigma bi ak discrimination bi.
But because of the stigma and discrimination,
loolu moo tax sax ba léegi ñu ñëw si ñaareeli at bi nga xam ne TRRC mu ngi def sitinam. That
was why we only came in the second year of the sittings of the TRRC.
te gis nañu stigma ak discrimination. man de gom naa ne.
I believe that stigma and discrimination.
du HIV moo dee rey nit.
That it is not HIV that kills.
Stigma bi moo dee rey nit.
It is a stigma that kills someone.
Because stigma bi dafa bari façon.
Because there are different types of stigma.
am nga community stigma.
There is the community stigma.
Family stigma.
There is family stigma.
Self stigma.
There is self stigma.
bi si gën a métti sax mooy self stigma.
The most painful is the self stigma.
Because yow soo njortoo ne o soo demee ba xam ne am nga HIV.
Because if you get to a stage where you are aware that you are having HIV,
guy dundee self stigma.
They don't self stigma.
You live with self stigma.
You live with self stigma.
So génne saa yoo génne.
Each time you go out.
na mata se yo anti athlete nga xool ma xool la ma joxe gannaaw suñ boti sa se wa dama ne anti athlete mu ma xool because dafa xam ne dama am HIV.
Maybe if I meet with you and the athlete and we part our ways, if I turn back and our eyes lock on again, I'll think that perhaps because you knew my status.
So lolu dafa nekk si yow nga di ko dundee mu di la metital.
And you will live with that and it will be hurting you.
Dafa tolu jamono bo xamne sa pour nga jog sa nga dem faju ji ci l'hôpital bi dafa nekk problème.
It gets to a stage where it becomes very difficult for you to go to the hospital to seek treatment.
Nga febar do buga di ko wax ken.
You will get sick but you would not want to tell anyone about it. You will not want anyone to assist you. And you will be struggling with it until you lose your life.
So stigma HIV and AIDS.
So stigma is a painful thing for people living with HIV and AIDS.
Thank you. We are having a very good lesson here in TRRC on diseases. We had something on very not long ago. Now HIV, AIDS, and stigma. Finish this theme, we would get to hear a bit more about stigma. Thank you for that elucidation that you just did. Any more questions? No, just a sec. Commissioner Jones, you have the floor, please. Welcome to you.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you very much, Ms. Jatta, for your testimony.
Chairman, Jatta,
Thank you.
I join my colleagues to sympathize with you for what you had to go through. Whilst you were not in mile 2, it does seem like you were also in prison because you had armed guards around you at all times. You told the commission that you had to stay for 6 months. And I'm sure that was the same with the other people that were also receiving the treatment. I want to assume that some of you had paid employment that you had to forgo. Did you receive any form of remuneration during those times once you were out of work?
I think I mentioned that here when I was questioned on the issue. It's true, when we went there initially,
because then you don't pay salary.
Because we were being paid a salary, our organization. When the month comes to an end,
because
one amongst us,
signatories la si suñ account bi
to our account,
and he
was undergoing the treatment program. So when the month ends,
accountant bi daf de ñew fofu waxa security ne len ñu balal ko dafa ñew ci diw pour mu signal ko suñ check yi.
The accountant will come and seek permission from the security and tell them that he has come to so and so person for that person to sign the check.
Jamono joju fu na receive nañ salary lu dem ci ñetti wër way bu duration bi démé be yaga.
At that time I think we received salary for 3 months, but after some time
amatuñ salary.
We did not receive any more salaries. They never paid us anymore.
Man suma position ñu jël ko ñu jox ko keneen.
They took my position and gave it to someone else.
Sorry, maybe I should have been more specific. I meant from the alternative treatment themselves, because it seems you were subjected to hard labor, because you mentioned all the things that you had to do working in the farms as well as the rice fields in Kanilai. Did you receive any form of remuneration for your hard labor?
Lima buga laajte fofu moy ñi nga xamne ñoo leen doon faj fofu sax ca Kanilai ci faju bi ngeen fa doon def ndaxte ñu ngi leen fa doon liggéeyloo ci tool yeeg ci togga yeeg yooyu yëpp ndax amoon na benn pay boo xam ne ñu ngi leen ko doon fay.
Si tooga bee dem tool yi de amuñ fa woon benn fay.
The cooking and the farm work, we had no pay.
waaye maa ngi fàttale ko after bi mu ma jëlatee pour ma nekk ma assist nurse yi.
But I can recall when I was hired to assist the nurses.
Su weer bi deeyaan.
When the month ends,
in charge bi daf daa ñëw.
The in charge would come and give each one of us money.
$3,000 it moko fate.
3,000, if I will never forget it.
Munela ñunesa allowance. Time bi ma jëlé ci digante bi man bi ma fa nekké.
And she will tell you, they say your allowance, and this is the period within which I was there.
Why si dem tol bi mom did it?
As for going to the farms, no.
Okay, thank you. My final question, whilst it was mandatory for all of you to participate or to take part in the activities, were there instances where some people were too ill and they couldn't participate, or some people refused to join in the activities? And if so, what happened to that person or those people?
So febare sa fonga so boka si group bi.
Even if you are sick, you will limp and join the group, but you will not stay back.
Were there instances that a person refused though? Do you have any explanation, any such instances?
Amna ben jamono itamit bo xamne amna ku baña du dem. Bobu nak awma ci idea.
I have no idea on that.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Samba, followed by Bishop, followed by Imam Gallo. Commissioner Samba, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Jerejef Fatou.
Thank you, Fatou.
I
have one question to ask you. If I can recall, in your testimony, you said you were with a minor. I want to know what became of that minor.
Si yan anam.
In what ways?
I
thought when you were going, you went with your child.
Wow.
Yes.
So timing faneka yebi yang faneka sa dombi na dan ko send back home.
So during the whole time you were there, were you there with this minor, this your child, or did you send the child back home?
Delo moko kir because moko delo ekir aw moko japal mamom ño fa nekon throughout.
I didn't send the child back because if I did, I had no one to take care of it for me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bishop. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Madam FATOU JATTA.
Chairman FATOU JATTA.
You mentioned that there were some Cuban doctors.
Waxon nga fi ne amon na ay docteur Cuba yo xamne bokkon nañ ci faj bi.
Were they male or female Cuban doctors?
Docteur Cuba yoyu ay góor lañ wala ay jigéen?
Ay góorang fa ay jigéenang fa.
They were male and female.
And in the treatment room, how many?
Sorry, ci biir néeg bi nga xamne fofu lañ leen doon fajé.
How many doctors and assistants were present at the time?
Ñaata docteur ak ñi leen daan jappalé ñoo fa daan nekk ci benn jamono.
Bari won nañ de mënuma leen a lim.
There were many. I cannot name them.
Dik amna ci ñoo xamne assistant lay won.
There were some who were assistants.
Amna ñum daan jëlé ci soldat yi jigéen yi.
There were some, especially female soldiers, who were brought. And they weren't nurses.
Daf leen daan boole ci faj bi.
But he used to include them in the treatment program.
Amna ñaari nit yoo xamne.
I know there are two people.
Civilian lañ.
That were civilians.
Ñu tamit bokkoon nañ ci assistance yi.
They too were part of the assistants.
Yeneen doctors.
And other doctors.
Thank you. Imam Jallo, you have the floor.
Witness, I'm just curious to know, among the people who were admitted with you initially, how many of them are still alive?
Dama bëgg xam rek ñi nga xam ne ñoom nga bokkaloon faju boobu ñaata ci yéen a fi nekk ni fi nekk ni di dunda.
Ñun suñ first batch bi ñun ñëpp a ngi dunda.
Our first batch, all of us are alive.
Unfortunately, ñaar ñoo ci génn.
Unfortunately, 2 are gone.
First batch
ñaata la woon?
First batch ñun juróom ñeneen lañ woon.
First batch we were 9.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, Madam Jatta, if you have any final remarks to make, please proceed to make them now.
Amatuñ yen laajte waaye nag bu fekkee ne am na ay kàddu yoo bëgg a gaaral fii mun nga koo def léegi.
Jërëjëf Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.
maa ngi gërëm lead counsel as deputy counsel.
I want to thank the lead counsel and the deputy lead counsel.
Ak commissioners yëpp.
And all the commissioners.
Ak executive secretary.
And the executive secretary.
Ak képp koo xam ne yaa ngi liggéey TRRC.
Everyone that works here at the TRRC.
DPC statement takers yi.
From the statement takers.
Gis naa ñëpp seen taxawaay ak seen liggéey.
I see your stance and your work.
maa ngi leen a gërëm di leen sant.
I thank you and honor you.
man li ma bëgg a wax fii mooy ne.
What I want to say here is that.
dégg la anti-athlete wax na ko fii.
It is true, anti-athlete said it here.
Foofu laa bëgg a commencer.
And that is where I want to start off from.
mooy ne suñ ne HIV and AIDS.
That is to say, when it is said HIV and AIDS.
da ngaa gis ñëpp di xalaat.
You see that everyone is thinking.
dinañ la label bu nekka.
They will label you all types of labels.
ngeen jégal ma si kaddu bi.
Pardon me for this statement.
ñeenay dinañ wax ne fokkat la.
Some would say she's a player.
ñeenay dinañ wax ne emuton.
Some will say that she wasn't steady.
waaye man li ma bëgg a wax fii mooy ne.
But what I want to say here is that.
HIV and AIDS dafa nekk loo xam ne.
HIV and AIDS is something that is.
ràññewut kenn.
It does not discriminate.
seetut mag nga.
It does not check whether you are an elderly person.
seetut ne xale nga.
Or whether you are a young person.
danga am danga ñaaka seetu ko.
Whether you are rich or poor, it doesn't check that.
su fekkee ne HIV daf doon tànn nit.
If HIV was discriminating people.
konoon xale boo xam ne dafa juddu ees.
Then a child that is newly born.
te xamul dara si àdduna.
Who knows nothing about the world.
góoma ne HIV dina ko jàppa.
I don't think HIV AIDS would
te HIV su doon jaay.
And if HIV was to be sold.
doo am kenn ku ko saam di jaay waxatuma la nga am client bu ko laajte.
You would not have anyone who will have it for sale, much more to have a customer to buy it.
kon nag.
Therefore.
li may ñaan askan bi.
What I want to plead to the general public.
ñu jël HIV.
Let them consider HIV.
ñu boole ko si yeneen feebar yi.
And include it in other diseases, with other diseases.
ñu xam ne feebar la boo xam ne mun naa jàppa ku nekka.
And let them know that this is a disease which can affect anyone.
buñ defee loolu.
If they do that.
pour xeex HIV.
To fight HIV.
dina yomba.
Would become easier.
buñ defee loolu.
If they did that.
ñi am HIV.
Those living with HIV.
dinañ mun a génn si.
They would be able to come out.
ñu ñoo wax.
And say.
te seen wax bi.
And what they would say.
dafa jàngale.
Would teach people.
Because ding ko fogeewut koo xam ne su génn see ne la man dama am doomi jàngoro bi dangaa ne déedéet.
Because you would not believe it if someone came and said that I have HIV.
dangaa ne déedéet.
You would say no.
So HIV dafa complicated torop.
So HIV is complicated.
li tax mu gën a complicated mooy stigma bi.
What makes it more complicated is the stigma.
ñu gis nañ HIV mu jàpp ay jigéen.
We have seen women who have HIV.
Seen family abandon leen.
And who were abandoned by their families.
Seen jëkkër yi fase leen.
Their husbands divorced them.
Seen doom yi beddi leen.
Their children abandoned them.
Te su fekkee ne amoon nañ xam-xam bi.
And if they had
goma ne dinañ doon ega fofu nonu yeb.
I don't think they would have gotten to that level.
Ma joge fofu ñew ci li xewon in 2007.
Let me now proceed to talk about what happened in 2007.
Nit ñepp xam nañ ne ñaar fukki at ak ñaar lu bari xew na fi.
Because everyone knows that for the 22 years, many things happened here.
Why li xew 2007 lolu tamit history la.
But what happened in 2007 was history.
Te du mun sa gëna ci buki Gambia bi.
And it shall never leave the books of the Gambia.
Nga jël ay jigéen.
You take women.
Because majority bi yeb ñi demon ci faju bi 3/4 bi yeb jigéen lañ.
Because the majority who took part in the treatment program, 3/4 of them were women.
Ken bajut fajma, ken bañut fajma.
No one will refuse if you to be cured.
Why so ma faj tamit?
But if you are to cure me,
nga respect ma si kaw lolu.
You respect me in the process as well.
Luta ma wax lolu moy ne.
Why I said that is because
ñun biñu Yaaya Jammeh doon faj.
When Yaaya Jammeh was treating us,
dañu dé simi.
They used to undress us.
Aduna bi yeb di ñu sétan.
The whole world will be watching at us.
Fu nekk ci aduna gis nañ sa yaram ci biti.
Everywhere in the world, people have seen your body.
Te duma ustaz way xamna ne imam mu fi.
I am not a religious scholar, but I know that the ustaz is here.
Ceri jigen luñu wara fonkala.
And the woman's endowment is something that should be respected.
Why ñun dañu expose.
But we were exposed.
Mun na wax ne sa dañu sexual harass.
I can even say that we were sexually harassed.
Because jigen nga ne ko simekul.
Because you ask a woman to undress.
Tedal.
Lie down.
Ngay laal fu nekk ci yaramam bi.
And you would be touching all parts of our body.
Weni jigen laale harass nga ko.
Even if you touch the breast of a woman, that in itself is harassment.
Waxuma la nak yaramam bi yeb.
I'm not talking of the entire body.
Metut lañ ko torop.
It's something that we deplore a lot.
Te dundé won nañ lu metti torop.
And we lived a very painful life.
ñu nekk ci faj bobu tamit.
Those that partook in the treatment
am ñu ay doma.
We were also accused of being.
ñu ñoo naanatal.
They were making us to drink.
ñuy taago ak suñ sago.
And we were losing our mental stability.
Taxi ak HIV bi ñoo dundé.
And that added on to the HIV that we are living with.
Kon maa ngi ñaan.
I am pleading.
TRRC.
The TRRC,
su ñoo def seen recommendation.
when it makes its recommendations,
comme slogan bi ñepp xam nañ ko never again.
Since we all know the slogan, never again.
So never again bobu nonu.
That never again.
Bum MC li Yaaya Jammeh def rek.
Let it not only stop at what Yaaya Jammeh did.
Na nekk loo xam ne.
Let it be something
dafa sax ci dëkk bi.
that will be established firmly
sax ci réew mi.
in the country.
Ba nga xam ne képp ku ñëw.
Such that anyone that came,
sa doomi réew.
the people of your country,
ding leen fonka.
You will respect them.
Doo leen jaay doole.
You will not abuse them.
Loolu noonu manko dénkaane manko dénku TRRC.
That is a load that I place on the soldiers of the TRRC to put it amongst your recommendation.
Texi nag man nag tey ñëw naa testify na.
Added on to that, I have come here to testify.
Why am na challenges yu bari.
But I have a lot of challenges.
Because man in 2017.
Because in 2017.
Bi Yaaya Jammeh demee.
When Yaaya Jammeh left.
Bi ñoo waatloo Adama Barrow.
When Adama Barrow was being sworn in.
Amoon na ay delegation yi Al Jazeera yu ñëwoon interview ma.
There was a delegation from Al Jazeera that came to interview me.
After interview boobu noonu.
After that interview.
ñu commencé di air suma interview bi.
They started to air my interview.
Because dañ ma doon laaj naka la faj bi demee.
Because they were asking me how the whole treatment went.
Ndax dëgg la ndax du dëgg.
Whether it was true or not.
Li ma si xam ma wax leen ko.
I told them what I know about it.
So si loolu in April.
So because of that, in April.
Ma am ku ma attaque si suma bunti kër.
Someone attacked me in my house.
Demoon na be Yàlla moo ma aar.
It was only God who protected me.
Koku jotuma gañ.
He did not end up wounding me.
Why munon na ma gañ fofu nonu suma defon naka sudut nonu.
Because he could have wounded me there if I did not
because daf ma dab suma buntu may duga ci biir kër gi guddi la won bori 8 9 yoy nonu time bobu nonu on and off mo hewon de ka baangi lendem.
He was at my gate. I was coming home around 8 and 9. That time it was dark because of the on and off of the current.
My dembe ubi bunti kër ma dega voice ma gannaaw stop.
I went
enter.
When I was about to open the door to my house, I had someone call out behind me, "Stop, don't enter."
Ma turn.
I turned.
Munema fo joge.
He asked me, "Where are you from?"
Maneko, who are you to ask me where I am coming from?
I said to him, "Who are you to ask me where I'm coming from?"
Munema, any slightest mistake you do here, I will shoot you to death.
He said to me, "Any slightest mistake you do here, I will shoot you to death."
I complained because how malala ame?
I complied.
He was just next to me.
Because I did not know what he had, and he was just next to me.
Munna def naka sudut noni mu gañ ma bala ma yuhu nit ñi ñew fekk mom dem na.
If I had done otherwise, he could have injured me, and before I will scream out for assistance, he would have gone.
Mu topa ma be suma bir nek.
He followed me up to inside my house, my room,
mu tok ci suma salle bi.
and he sat in my sitting room.
Mu laaj ma yow yak foy liggéey.
He asked me, "Where are you working at?"
Time bo ma ngi liggéey Serekunda General Hospital.
At that time, I was working at the Serekunda General Hospital.
Ma wax ko.
I told him that.
Mu ree.
He laughed.
Munuma, so you are a public figure.
So he said to me, "You are a public figure."
After lolu.
After that.
Some minutes.
Telephone
am di ring.
His telephone rang.
Mu def ko speaker.
He put it on speaker.
Ma dega yes sir, how far?
I heard, "Yes sir, how far?"
Muneko, just give me 5 minutes. I'm right now sitting in her room.
He said to the other caller, "Just give me 5 minutes. I'm sitting in her room."
I will deal with her.
I will deal with her.
So, man si suma halat.
So, in my own mind,
ma add one-on-one, mane lide link la.
I put the dots together, and I said this was chain work.
Te fi ma njëkka laaje ne ma you are a public figure boobu tamit suma xel ñaawoon na si lu tax kii di ma wax ne you are a public figure.
And when he made the statement that I was a public figure, I was also thinking about that, why he said I was a public figure.
ñu nekka foofu because balaa loolu sax.
Even before that, at the gate,
maa ngi soloon jeans card fekk si ñawkat bi laa jógee xaalis bi ma amee dafa génnee suma poos.
I was in a jeans skirt. I was just from a tailor, and the money that I had on me, he took it away.
So bimne, I'm sitting in her room. Give me 5 minutes, I will deal with her.
So when he said, "I am sitting in her room, give me 5 minutes, I will deal with her,"
ma foog ne kii xaalis la moo ut.
I thought this individual was after money.
So ma jóg.
So I got up.
Fekk maa ngi amee xaalis.
By that time, I had some money.
Dem na be 2,000 plus.
Up to 2,000 and more.
Mu ne ma fooy dem ma ne ko si wanag bi laay dem.
He asked me, "Where are you going to?" I said, I'm going to the bathroom.
Ma dem suma cabinet.
I went to my bedroom.
Ubbi suma drawer.
Opened my drawer.
Génnee xaalis bi pour jox ko rek mu dem.
Took out the money so that I could give it to him to just make him go.
So bi ma ñëwee ma ne ko you are looking for money rek mu grab xaalis bi dugal ko si poosam bi.
So when I came and said to him, "Take, you are looking for money," he snatched the money from me and put it inside his pocket.
The next minute lan la def.
The next minute, what did he do?
Mu click mobile am bi because time boobu light amut te si lëndëm lañ toog.
He clicked on his mobile phone. That time the lights were off and it was dark.
Mu ne ma gis nga lii ma ne ko gisuma ko.
He said to me, "Have you seen this?" And I said, "No, I have not seen it."
Mu ne ma look ma ne ko gisuma.
He said to me, "Look," and I told him, "I have not seen."
Mu ne ma you don't want to see.
He said, "Well, you don't want to see."
Okay, lii ñun la.
He said, "Well, this is us.
Ñun ñoo ko dee def.
We are the ones that do it."
Fi mu nekk nii nataal yi ma woon si mobile am bi.
At that point, the photographs that he showed me on his mobile phone
ay jigéen lañ.
were women,
ñu leen seen ndey juree.
just as they were born.
Mu ne ma dangaa simeeku.
He said, "Yes,
nataal la.
I will take a photograph of you."
ma expose la social media.
And I will expose you on social media.
Because you are a public figure.
Because you are a public figure.
Maneko who me?
Me?
Mune madanga door sa dena bi pour man maneko wa because legi dara desut pour de.
He said to me, are you beating your chest for me? I told him yes, because now I am at the point of death. He said, really? I said yes. I said to him, since you have come to kill me, now you will kill me.
Completely.
And when you know that I am completely dead, you undress me, you snap me, and tomorrow you expose me on the social media. If you wish, you could do that tonight.
But as far as I am alive,
over
my dead body.
I said to him, over my dead body.
So hamna push and pull bi mungi ame halis si man luma halat.
I think as the push and pull was going on, and since he had already gotten money from me,
because
and this is just what I think. Because when he first came into the room, he first asked me, with whom are you living with here? And God knows it's only me and my family who are there. I said, my husband, my husband's older brother, and two of his wives and children.
Siman.
To me, when he thought about that, I had the money in my pocket. If I should engage in a push and pull with this individual, someone can come in there and find us there. I will lose the money, and they will arrest me as I thought it then. He got up.
I'm going, but I will come back.
He said to me, I'm going, but I will come back.
Maneko, God is greater than you.
I said to him, God is greater than you.
So
So when he left, until I heard the noise on my door, that was when I started to fear. I said, God, it is only you that can protect me. It is only you that can do such a thing for me. In that night, even when current came back, I was not courageous enough to switch on the lights.
So si suba.
The following day, in the morning, which was on a Friday,
police station report matter.
I went to the police station to report the matter.
Statement.
They took my statement.
Police station.
They referred me to another police station.
Statement.
They also took my statement.
You buy police
They gave me one policeman to accompany me to the house to inspect it. After he inspected the house, he said to me, it is not safe for you alone to live in this house. These people are many and no one knows who they are. He said to me, I'm going. I sat down and one CID called me. He too came to the house and was questioning me. I began to answer. The first thing he asked me was, where did this individual attack you? I said, at the gate of the house. He said to me, why did you not scream when he attacked you? I said, people are not the same. I said, when I am scared, I am unable to move.
Speechless.
I am always speechless.
To your rescue.
He said to me, you should have screamed so that people will come to your rescue. I said to him, don't you think if I had screamed, you would have been here this day talking to me? You could have killed me.
Because any slightest mistake you do, I will shoot you to death.
If someone that tells you that any slightest mistake, I will shoot you to death, and you do not know what that guy was having in his possession in that darkness, that was not the end of it. That CID officer got into the room and he asked me where that guy sat. I told him he sat here. And he said to me, you are still sitting with that individual and you are looking at him. He said to me, what do you want me to do? So he took a paper and scribbled. He went behind the window. Because we were speaking in Mandinka.
Mu dem si gannaaw palanteer bi mu call.
He went behind the window and he called.
Hello, Eso.
He said, hello, Eso.
I'm in the ladies' compound, but through my observation, I learned that she is the one who led the man to follow her in her house.
I am at the lady's house, but through my observation, I learned that she was the one that led the man to her house. After he said what he wanted to say,
FATOU, ñëwal nga topa ma ci station bi mané ko wa demal ma ngi ñu.
He said, FATOU, follow me to the station. I told him, go, I will come.
Mu dem ma fay suma téléphone bi.
He went, and then I put off my telephone.
Dew ma ci station bi.
I did not go to the station.
Because xamna suma fa démé.
Because I know that if I go there,
luma gëna naxari la fa jëlé.
I'll get something that is going to be more painful to me.
Because mom commencé na di ma judge, di ma blame.
Because he had already started judging me and apportioning blame on me.
After 3 days mu call out.
After 3 days, he called again.
Yo ñu ngi la xaar ci station bi gisuñ la mané ko kan nga mu ne ma man la CID bi ñëwon sa kër.
He said, we are waiting for you at the station and you have not showed up. I said, who are you? And it said, it's me, the CID.
Ngeen jégal ma dem saga ko.
Pardon me, I insulted him.
Mané ko bul callati suma line.
I told him, don't call my line again.
Yo xawma kula jangal CID.
I do not know who taught you the work of a CID.
Ak naka nga duggé ci liggéey CID.
And how you even got into the work of a CID.
But you are not fit to be a CID and investigator.
But you are not fit to be a CID and investigator.
Mané ko yo su féké né man faulty won na sa.
I said to him, even if I was faulty,
demala sa recommendation.
You would have gone with your recommendation.
Rather than nga wara call sa boss suma kanam nga wax li ak leli.
Rather than you calling your boss in my presence and saying the things you said.
Mané ko case bi mako mom.
I told him, this is my case.
Kima attack hamna.
The one that attacked me knows.
Man hamna.
I know.
Yalla gis na.
God has seen.
Mané ko yalla moy the highest judge.
I said, God is the highest judge.
Bay na suma case bi ci loxo yalla.
I leave my case in the hands of God.
So non lañ fa nekké.
So that was how we are.
Fi ma nekka comfortable ma ñu toxum.
Where I was uncomfortable and we relocated.
Ñu toxu be gannaaw Lamin CDC.
We went behind Lamin CDC.
Ma toxu suma xalé yépp di feebar.
I relocated. All of my children began to get sick.
Pa joggé waat fofu.
I left that place again.
Ñu toxu waat.
We relocated.
Ñu nekka fofu.
We were there.
Am fofu nonu 2 years 6 months ci kër gogu nonu.
Until we had 2 years 6 months in that house.
Borom kër gi tamé indil ñu naka sudut nonu.
The owner, landlord, became otherwise to us.
Mu génné ñu.
He evicted us.
Ñu toxu waat fenen.
We relocated to another place.
Ma nekka di toxu ak suma xalé rek.
I was moving from one place to the other with my children.
Be jamono ji fuñ
up till date, where I am sitting here, I am looking for a house to relocate to.
Because safer to my friend.
Because I am not safe anywhere.
I'm not audio we neka circulate.
There is an audio which has been circulated.
Why mange try pour am ko why mënuma ko am.
I am trying to have access to it, but I am not been successful up to date.
Borom mu ma fa saga.
That individual is insulting me there.
How much more bopa?
I do not know who I am.
Yaya Jammeh faj na ma.
Yaya Jammeh cured me.
Demoon naa bay buga dee.
I was about to die.
Yaya Jammeh moo ma taxaw faj ma.
Yaya Jammeh was the one that cured me.
Borom taxaw naan man ma ne maa yóbbu Yaya Jammeh court.
And I am now taking Yaya Jammeh to court.
Waaye suma moytuwut.
But if I am not careful,
I was threatening words dal.
He was using threatening words.
So my ñaan commission bi.
So I am appealing to the commission.
Maa ngi amee ay njaboot yu sew.
I have a family, a young family.
Te gannaaw Yàlla maa ñoom rek la.
And besides God, it's only me and them.
So small protection.
So my protection.
ñëw naa tey testify na.
I have come here today. I have testified.
Xaw ma lan laay fekk suma kanam.
I do not know what I will meet in front of me.
So loolu suma concern la.
That is my concern.
maa ngi ñaan commission bi loolu noonu.
I am appealing to the commission on that issue.
jërëjëf.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Madam Jatta. We have been issuing warnings about threatening or harassing witnesses that appear before us here. I'll ask counsel to repeat that warning for the general public again after these remarks that you have just But I want to thank you very much for your testimony and for the final remarks you made, the suggestions that you made concerning our final report. Counsel, can you just repeat that warning again, please? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Well, first of all, let me thank FATOU for her courage.
Chairman, ma njëkka gërëm gum Fatou ci fit bi nga xamne mom la am.
And her bravery to come and testify about this very difficult issue.
Li nga xamne non la ñëw pour wax fi nga xamne mbir mu jafe la pour wax.
This is a very important moment for all of us in this country.
Li nak jamono bu am solo la pour ñun ñi nga xamne yépp ñoo nekk ci biir réew mi.
I mean, this is very momentous because we have to address some of the ugliest things that have happened in this country.
Li jamono la bo xamne ñu ngi netali ay jëf yu ñaaw yo xamne amon na fi ci biir réew mi.
It is our collective responsibility to ensure that all those affected are given the platform to come and talk about these difficult issues.
Li nak suñu warugal la ñun ñepp pour ñu gis ne ñi nga xamne loru nañ ci mbi ñoom ñepp ñu mëna ñëw netali li nga xamne mo leen dal.
It is only when we talk about these things and bring out the truths that we can all reconcile as a people and where responsibility lies, it be placed there.
Su fek dina baax nak torop su fekkee ne ñun ñëpp ñëw nañ feeñal li nga xam ne moo di dëgg bi bu ko defee ñu mun booloo xam ne ñu ko def pour boole wante nit ñi bon du am njëriñ.
It therefore behoves us sure that we get to the truth about the things that have happened in this country.
Bona warugal la pour ñun ñëpp ñu mëna gis ne dinañ gis dëgg gi ñu feeñal dëgg bi ci li nga xam ne moo daan xew fi ci biir réew mi.
But more importantly, it is our collective responsibility to protect all those people who play a central role in bringing out these truths.
Waaye li ci gën a am solo nag mooy ñun ñëpp suñu warugal la pour ñu gis ne dinañ aar ñi nga xam ne ñëw nañ pour feeñal ñu mëna xam lan muy dëgg bi.
We call on all well-meaning Gambians to protect FATOU and the likes of her.
Ñu ngi oo képp koo xam ne waa Gambia nga fexe nga aar FATOU mi.
From misguided people who may have the intention of taking out reprisal actions against her.
Ñeneen ñi nga xam ne nag ñoom ay nit lañ yoo xam ne bëgg nañoo feyeeku ci kawam.
But let me say this quite clearly.
Waaye nag maa ngi leeral li nañ.
The TRRC would not take lightly to threatening actions or negative actions against any of its witnesses.
TRRC ñoom duñ jëlee li lu yomba de pour képp koo xam ne yaa ngi bëgg a def benn feyeeku wala di tiital ñi nga xam ne ñëw nañ fii pour joxe fi seeni seede.
Anybody who makes an attempt against FATOU or any of the TRRC witnesses would be dealt with the full force of the law.
Képp koo xam ne na bëgg nga def dara naka su dul noonu ci FATOU mi wala beneen seede boo xam ne jaar na fi dinañ def suñ kéemtalaay doole bi nga xam ne moom la ñu luwaa bi jox ñu teg la ko.
The commission takes witness protection very, very seriously.
Commission bi nag lu aar suñu seede yi loolu moom dañ ko fulaal torop.
And be rest assured that the commission would be everywhere necessary to ensure that the witnesses are protected.
Te ñu xamal la nag ne commission bi dinañ def seen kéemtalaay kattan pour gis ne seede yi fi jaar ñu aar leen.
So for entertaining reprisal measures, be rest assured that the commission is out there and be ready to deal with the situation.
Te képp koo xam ne nag pare nga pour def benn feyeeku ci kaw ñooñu na la óor ne commission baa ngi fi ñu ngi taxaw jonna pour gis ne dinañ jëflante ak seeni borom.
But I just wish to reiterate the capacity of the Gambian to forgive, the capacity of the Gambian to embrace one another as brothers and sisters, and I do hope that that alone would be sufficient protection for FATOU and the likes of her. Thank you.
Yaakaar naa ne waa Gambie yëpp dinañ mun a booloo nekk benn bu ko defee ñi mel ni FATOU mi ñu mun leen a aar.
Thank you, Counsel, for that reminder. And again, Mrs. JATTA, thank you so much for coming to testify. We will end our proceedings here and resume tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Thank you all. Meeting is adjourned.